All right, going to take another look at a team that lost in the first round of the playoffs in the Packers. Now, I made a tweet, just like I did about the Chargers, that, man, the Packers are going to be sick with the way they played in the second half. Couldn't have been a whole lot worse, and named everybody across the board because it was a group effort. And that doesn't take anything away from the Chicago Bears and the way that they played and how well they played in the second half to go get this win and to take advantage of these mistakes. So they're not mutually exclusive. Just because I say the Packers don't play well doesn't mean the Bears got lucky. They didn't. They earned this one, okay? So let's just get that straight. Relax, everybody. I'm looking at it from the perspective of the team that went home, and if I'm the quarterback or if I'm the play caller or if I'm a player on that team, I'm watching this tape going, oh my gosh, did they just take this from us, or were there opportunities we had that we didn't take advantage of? Okay? And so I know Jordan Love did a lot of good things, as he always does in these games. Okay? But there are things that fall on Jordan Love as well. Okay? So right here, we're coming back, and I understand that there's protection on the backside. But the whole key, and what I tell you guys sometimes is about the technique of Jordan Love, is that he wants to get back and he wants to fall back and he wants to stay back. Instead of being able to set the point and then step up in the pocket. Okay, you want to set the point for your tackle so he can run this guy past you and then step up. So here we're going to run this 3-level play right here. Okay, so if Jordan is able to step up, just step up in the pocket right here. Okay, everybody else has got their guy. Step up in the pocket, let him wash him by. Look at this huge opportunity that you have here in the second half. So this is all second half stuff, okay? So step up, okay? The other thing we can say is, okay, offensive tackle. Okay, tough look because he's thinking defensive end. He goes inside. He's trying to recover right here. If he does a little bit better job, we can talk about offensive line as well because they've had a number of issues up there. But regardless, he does his job and just boom, push him past. Jordan, deep routes, set the point, and then step up in the pocket and be ready to take your shot down the field. A missed opportunity right there that becomes a throwaway in this game. And I know, not much, okay, whatever, early in the second half, but man, these are huge plays. Huge plays. If you complete that, I mean, look at that. You complete that to your tight end, you may even have a blocker out in front of this. I don't know how far that goes, but that could easily lead to points, even if it's just 3. We missed an opportunity right there. Okay, we're checking the play right here. Okay, here's another one. You miss a read right here. So, and again, it's tough. Okay, they're looking like, hey, we're going to go blitz 0 here. Okay, do a nice job. Blitz 0, got to be ready for everything. He brings a guy in to protect. Okay, now they take off and run. Okay, so now, as a quarterback, what I got to do is I got to see the safeties. Okay, so this guy running back to cover 2. They're playing an invert cover 2 over to this side. Okay, so which side do I want to go? But I got to see that as a quarterback because I believe what they have right here is a seam and then an out. And that out converts to a go right here against cover 2. So if I'm Jordan, I got to see them run back to cover 2. So he sets right here. See how quickly he sets? I think he thinks he's going to throw a quick out to his guy out there. But because they went cover 2, outside guy converts this. Okay, so give credit to Chicago. Great job with the disguise. I've got to come out and see that right off the bat. Okay, and if I see that, okay, look at this. If I see that, and so I'm not pump faking it right there, safety goes in here. Look at this opportunity right there. Opportunity right there for a big play if I see the coverage, okay? Again, good disguise, no problem. Okay, so now from there, let's just make a positive play. Pull it back, okay. Just make your completion. Make your completion, set us up for a favorable situation moving forward. Instead, we miss an opportunity right there. I don't know, maybe this was tipped. I'm not sure. But we missed an opportunity right there. Again, a 2-on-1 ball down the middle of the field to the outside. Got another shot down there if we're able to see that and make a play right there. Okay, so I don't really know. We're going 4 strong here. And so I'm not really sure why. So 4 strong, and then we're running this little shake route here. We're going to go over the ball. We're going to run an inside fade. And then let's see what the top guy is doing. Oh, and he's going to run a return. So out here and then come back there. Okay, so typical pure progression play. Okay, and so again, one of the reasons I don't like this is just because the first thing I'm going to ask is, do I really feel that guy's going to win on a shake route against press coverage? Now, maybe he is. If you like that, if that guy's really good, okay, then go there. But if that's the case, then throw it. Because you're not going to get much more than that. On a little inside move and then break back to the outside, you're not going to get much more space than that. So if you go over there thinking that you're going to have an opportunity to get that, you got to be ready and you got to rip it, because that's what you're going to get. You don't have a lot of other stuff that's great other than this inside fade right here. But the problem with the inside fade is if I'm going to read over here first and then I somehow have to get back here to 2 and then get to here to 3, it's a really hard thing to do for the quarterback to find it all. So either got to be ready. And so this is another thing with Jordan's technique. See how he's bouncing? See how he's bouncing? He's not ready to throw it yet. And so it's another thing that makes him late. And I know people look at me and Jordan, I'm not saying he played bad in this game, but these are the technique things that you've got to quick set this, because you know, press man, shake route, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tight throw. I have got to be ready and throw this on time or I lose on this particular play. And so it's one thing I see with Jordan is a lot of times he's hopping, he's falling back, his feet aren't set and ready to rip things. Yes, he can make a lot of great throws falling back and without his feet set. Not the point. The point is you can't make all the throws like that. You can't make throws that are late when your feet aren't set and you're not ready to go. Okay, so got to be ready to rip it. Wasn't quite ready to rip it. Now we're bouncing back, and again, nothing's really open. This would be the only shot that we had. So when I saw press man, okay, to the bottom, I'm thinking, okay, they're playing man-to-man coverage, right? So if that's the case, I either X this off and come back here and see if I can get this and then work to this return over here, because those are my best man beaters over to that side. Instead, we don't take that. We miss the opportunity for the inside fade. Nothing else is really a man beater right there. Here's the other problem. And again, I'm guessing he's probably supposed to swing here. But problem with some sort of protection is that even as we come back to the other side, we've got a return coming. Because he doesn't get out, his guy that's covering him man is right there in the throwing window too if we were going to have the return. And so everything from a spacing standpoint, a timing standpoint, what we're looking at. And again, you give credit to Chicago. Good job with the press coverage, right? That guy's covered to a degree. Not a great concept. Tough for him to get back through it. All of those things. But again, there's just little things here that you have to be able to have your answer, know what you're doing. If you're giving this a shot, you got to be ready and you got to rip it. Like that's open. You got to take it if you're going to go there. If not, then just exit off. Don't look over there. You don't need to look over there if you think you have man coverage. Go find your man beaters and see if we can hit one of those instead of wasting an opportunity here, which again just becomes another throwaway. And I know it looks and sounds like the right thing to do. You're up in the game. Hey, just throw it away. Don't take a sack. I get that. And that's probably fine when you're at that point in the play, but we still got to make plays, right? We still got to keep pressure on the other team, and we've got to do it by understanding what our best options are and being ready to take advantage of them. Okay? And again, I said this was across the board with their issues. No idea what's going on here. No idea. Okay? Now we got 2 guys, extra offensive linemen. We got 2 guys, 2 guys going there. This guy's coming free on Jordan Love. I mean, it's just like, what are we doing? And with all that being said, so again, this is where I talk about missed opportunities. Okay, I don't know what we're doing blocking-wise. I'm assuming one of those guys screwed it up. But look at this. They hit this a couple times in the first game. They hit this a couple times in the first half. Look at all the space over there for this opportunity. Goodness gracious. I mean, we're talking a huge, huge play right there if Jordan sees it. Okay, if he doesn't see it, we got a deep over. We're talking about a big play right there against man-to-man coverage. All of those things are coming. And somehow we mess this up. We got 2 guys to block 2. We pass it off and we leave somebody free and we miss another huge opportunity in this game. Nice job by Jordan Love just to get it out and get some sort of completion. But then big fella fumbles the ball. So we're fortunate to get away with this, that Chicago couldn't get on top of it. So this almost led to just a disastrous play in this game. Here's where I talk about just everything. It goes against you, okay? So we basically got a double inside fade right here. Just read the free safety and take your pick on who you want on this particular play, okay? Takes his pick. Okay, so he looks over here to the left. And this is another thing that, and again, I understand. Sometimes we do this. We get press here. We like the inside fades. So no problem. I think right here he's just looking to the left to try to draw the safety over here, knowing he's going to go to the other side. No problem. But I also wouldn't be mad at him if he just came off and saw that this corner was way off and he could just take the quick out right here and get a completion, right? We're up in the game. Don't have to get the big play. We don't have to hit the big play every time or force a big play. Get completions. Continue to get completions and move the clock and move the chain. So nothing wrong with him if he wanted to take the quick out. I understand. Perfect look on the inside fades. So we're going to go get it. And then he goes to throw one, and it looks like the receivers actually trip each other. So they run in and they trip each other. As he's going to throw the inside fade there and try to get a big play, the receivers trip each other. So these are the kind of things that I'm talking about that, again, I'm not going to take credit away from the Bears and say that they didn't play well in the second half. What I'm going to say is that there were just so many different things that happened for the Packers that I'm sure a lot of them, they're looking back and going, what are we doing? How did we block it like that? How did I miss that throw? Are you kidding me? We tripped over each other. How did we trip over each other on that particular play and take away an opportunity for a big play? Okay, here's another one. Like, what are we doing here? Like, how? This is a defensive end here, standing on the line of scrimmage. Like, how are we stepping down and letting him go free on this particular play? And again, I know they have issues up front, but I don't care who's playing. You got to make these plays. You're going to lose playoff games against good teams if you do this. Jordan's got absolutely no chance. No chance. And again, I don't know if they get a big play on this. They got a good play call if they block this. They got double crossers running away from man-to-man coverage, so got an opportunity. I don't know if they hit that for a big play, but just can't leave a defensive end free. Another blown opportunity in the second half. And just a huge mistake that just going to stack up and cost you. And this ends up, I think, becoming an intentional grounding too, because he's trying to throw it and just throws it to the middle of the field. It was just play after play after play. Okay? And again, this is just long yardage after that, just trying to get a completion and block. But again, these are the kind of things I don't really understand what we're doing. We're going to throw it to this guy, and all this is we used to call this kind of a shallow block. You're just trying to throw a screen here, and then everybody else is going to go run off or block their guy. I can't make sense of this. This guy's going to get the ball. Why are we sending a guy outside of him on the backside across to try to block somebody out in front of him? And then we're going to send this guy to the backside and try to block somebody here. Like, I just don't understand the theme or the theory behind, like, what do we, like, I don't know, just you block him and you block him and then just let this guy go. Like, why are we trying to cross these guys and make him go a further distance to block? We got that guy out of here and that guy out of here, but we're trying to switch these two guys to block. And I don't know. Again, I don't understand the theory. Like if it was me, first thing I would do is I'd throw it to this guy. Let this guy release and block. Let this guy release and block. Let my outside guy get across the field where all my blockers are. Don't throw it to the backside. I don't know. It's neither here nor there. It's a little play that it's kind of a gadget play, but I just don't understand details like this. I don't understand what the theory is behind doing that. Okay, so quarterback coaches. I've broken this down a few times. So they're going to run a play that I call combo. So it's really just a slant flat. A lot of people call it dragon, whatever. Slant flat combination here. Okay, and I know we always like to throw the slant. That's where we want to throw the ball because that's where we can get big plays and all of that. But we need to see the big picture structure of these plays. Okay, so what do I mean by big picture? What I mean is outside guy slant is pressed. Inside guy flat has off soft coverage, which is normally going to happen. You're going to have soft coverage on the inside one. So we're really just looking at what do we have on the outside. So with the outside slant, first of all, we also have a tight alignment. So what that means is he's probably going to have to widen a little bit before he gets back into his slant on this particular play. So as he widens, it's also a better opportunity for him to lose leverage on the corner by doing that, or at least, create more contact. If we're outside, we can easily inside release, lean on the corner, and separate. When we're inside, we've got to get a little bit of width here. But regardless of all that, knowing this guy is going to get pressed on his slant, what often happens is as he's getting pressed on his slant and we go to try to throw the slant, that he comes right into the window for this guy, or they run into each other. But oftentimes you can get a natural rub on that defender because he's in off coverage. And if you got to get jammed on the slant, he's got to go up over the top, and this quick flat here can come open right now. Boom, right there. There it is. See how the linebacker has to hesitate because of the slant? See how he has to hesitate and he's got to get through all this? Here's your throw right here. There's your throw. Take the flat. You don't have bodies there. You don't have a guy getting jammed. You don't have a guy hand fighting with the corner. But we should know that because we had press coverage pre-snap. So I want to see this pre-snap. And on this particular play, if it's press, I'm going to think flat first. I'm going to think flat first, see if I can get the rub, and then I'll recover to the slant because it's going to happen later anyways with the press. If I get off on the outside, then I'm going to read this defender. If I get off, and if he runs hard, yes, I would like to take the slant first. But once I get press on the outside, off on the inside, great chance to create a natural rub. Just like that, take your flat. There's the easy throw. There's the easy completion. Let's turn the corner and let's go. Instead, we get just what you expect. Hand fighting, bodies, everybody fighting through each other. Hard for the receiver to get his hands up, and an incomplete pass. Okay, so here's another one. All right, so I get it. We're trying to get a double move. Out and up. Okay, and then on the backside, we're going to run a shallow. Okay, understanding situational football, okay, is that I get it. Let's go try to get a touchdown. Let's go try to fool them. They think we're trying to throw everything underneath. Let's see if we can get this guy to jump and throw it up over the top of him for a touchdown. I'm all for it. But I'm also going to tell myself that if it's not clean, don't force it. If it's not clean, come right back to your shallow and get a completion. You don't have to force the deep one in this particular situation. So we come back and, the corner's so far off, first of all. Double move, okay? He didn't win. There's no chance that he's running past him in this particular case. Corner is way above him. He hasn't even got to him yet. This is a really low percentage throw, and you've got a shallow route coming right here. Pull the ball down. Don't waste a throw. Pull the ball down and get a completion. Instead, we're just throwing it because it's called. And that's what's going to happen. You can see it from the get-go. Guy never bites. He's over the top of him. Low percentage throw. You don't have to throw this. You don't have to force the deep one. Just come off of it and get yourself a completion. And let's go and hopefully we set ourselves up for a 3rd and short that we can convert. Okay, so here's another one where I talk about the technique. See the technique? See how he's falling back the entire time. His feet are this way, and yes, he's made a lot of throws this way. He has. But bring your feet, bring your technique, and you're going to be more accurate most of the time. And so what happens here? He's falling away, he throws it, the ball's short. Ball's short, just a little bit short, but it's short. Quick set it. If you know you're going to take it, quick set. Right here. You're on the 25, whatever yard line. 25, I don't know where it was snapped, 23, okay? Quick set it and get the ball up if you're going to take this. Get it up early, get it out in front of him, let him go get it if that's the throw you're going to take, okay? Instead, it's retreat, 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 fall away, jumper, ball's going to be short, right? Body and power are going backwards, don't get enough on it, it ends up short. That's going to happen a lot, okay? So that's one thing. The other thing you could do is say, hey, we're up in this game. It's time to get completions. We don't need to get a touchdown and force every throw, just like the last one, the double move. If it's there, great. And I'm not saying this isn't there. This to me is more about technique than anything. But look what else you have. You've got a quick out against really soft coverage, and there's nobody else over there. Other option, just take it. Just take it. Just give it to him. Give it to Romeo right there. Let him have a chance to make a guy miss, get a completion, see if we can get closer to the first down. But more importantly, we're moving the chains. We're getting a completion. We're not stopping the clock. I'm not sure what time in the game it is if the clock stops anyways. But we're just keeping things moving this whole time by just getting completions, not forcing it, good solid technique, all of those little things that make a huge difference. Okay? So again, little thing. All right? And again, I don't know what they talk about. I don't know his trust level in these two guys. But here we are. We're in a 3rd and long situation after what's happened. You know, we missed the go route, and then I think we had a penalty here. All this stuff. And so, you know, you can look at it a lot of different ways. Okay, we can go for a touchdown here. We can go to convert the first down. That's one thing. We can get a completion and just move us closer so we can set up the field goal, because it's a field goal that they ended up missing in this game. So we can get a little bit closer since we had the 5-yard penalty and we made it harder. Okay, but the other thing is they're just basically running go routes. Okay, they're running go routes. Now it looks like a 2 high shell, but you're going to see they rotate to 1 high. Perfect. 2 high shell, really tough. We got to work down the middle. Once they rotate, now we're going to one of the outside guys. But with that being said, what I want to see is soft coverage, press coverage. Soft coverage on a go route is really, really hard. We've got to chase the guy down, especially from this distance. We got to chase the guy down. We got to try to avoid him, and then we've got to win. If I get a double go route and I got to pick a side, I'm picking the press side. So if he wins quickly, we're past him and we got a shot. Okay? So watch the one down on the bottom. Off coverage, he tries to run the go. What's the guy do? He slow plays it, makes him run through it. He bangs him, and it messes everything up. Even though, good throw, still have an opportunity, all that stuff. Watch the top. Boom, we beat him right now. We stack him. There's our throw. There's our opportunity against press coverage, which again is something you have to decide beforehand. And like I said, maybe I like Romeo Doubs over, I don't know if that's Golden up top. I'm not sure who's up top. Maybe it's just I like the matchup. But still, in this kind of situation, you've got to be able to see the big picture, and you got to take advantage of the press coverage on the top if you're going to throw a go route, because that is your best opportunity to win quickly and hit a go route. Okay, so another kind of pure progression play. Okay, so I think this may be the last drive here. So we're going to run a corner route right here. So I come out and look at it right there. To me, it's dead. Corner has fallen outside in press coverage. It's going to be tough to hit the corner route. And as you know, pure progression all over the place. So this is a pure progression play. We ultimately get to the sled over here. But pure progression. And so I always talk about timing and the elements and knowing when to get to the next one and making sure that we're on time and all that stuff. So we look over to the left. Got to get off of it, okay? So it looks like right there, he gets off of it. But if he gets off of it, look at the opportunity right here, okay? So if he's ready to throw this, and it looks like, again, his eyes have come down the field, but I don't know. Because, again, a lot of times, guys, to me, go through things too fast in the pure progression. Right there, he's loaded up like he wants to throw it. I'm not sure what stops him from throwing this opportunity right here, but it's there. He's got it. He doesn't throw it. And you look here, I'm not sure. Like right here, here's another interesting thing is that you see him kind of load up and tip his shoulders. So I saw this the first time, but I wasn't sure what they had called here. But I think this may be a double move over here. And looking at Jordan, where his eyes are going, where his shoulders are tipped, because tip of the shoulder means you're going to throw the ball up in the air, right? You're going to throw a deep one up in the air. So I'm asking, why is he tipping his shoulders there? Because this isn't a deep shot, and this is a cross, but this guy does take off. And I wonder if that's what he's trying to do, and why not let it go? Let it go right there. Oh, we got an opportunity. We got a shot. Again, maybe it's the pressure that gets him at the end of the day. But again, all I would say is if you're going to do this, get your drop. Get a deeper drop, right? He's already set. He's set to throw it already. So get a deeper drop. Let this play out. Let this guy get there. Let this guy get into his double move so you're not too tight in the pocket and that pressure up the middle prevents you from taking it. But man, there's a shot right there. Okay, there was a shot at the cross. If he was looking at that, if he's going straight to this double move over here, maybe he's just trying to hold the safety backside and go into the double move. Get back there, get your depth, and lay this ball up and take your shot. Couple missed opportunities there. Nice job going and getting a completion to the other side for at least a few positive yards. Okay, here's the footwork again. See him falling away, and just missed an opportunity. Just kind of yanked this throw on here. And again, it's not a huge thing. They end up converting, they end up converting on this particular situation. But all these completions matter, right? You're moving the ball. You're getting positive yards. You're changing up what the scenario is. Just a missed opportunity right there. And again, maybe it's a positive here in a 2-minute drill. You don't really need 4 yards. And he's probably going to be tackled. Maybe it's a positive that they miss. But that's not the point of what I was saying and not the point of this. The point is there's too many times where his technique gets away from him and it costs him opportunities in a game. Doesn't mean he's bad. Doesn't mean he doesn't make good plays and he doesn't make a lot of plays. He just doesn't make all the plays. And you need in games like this to make all the plays, and you need to give yourself a chance to do that by bringing your technique with the throw. He's throwing a fall away jumper here and misses. All right, man, this one's huge. This one's huge. Jaden Reed, good play call. They get their man-to-man coverage that they want. Man, dime here by Jordan Love. Perfect throw, everything, and boom. Jaden Reed is going to be killing himself right here. Like, man, this is a difference maker because we all know what happens. They run out of time here. Man, this huge chunk throw, and if he's able to get out of bounds, how huge that is. Man, perfect throw, but another mistake made by this Packers team in the second half. Okay, so here's another one, and they get a great chunk play right here. Great throw. Big play, great, okay? Now, let's watch the whole picture here, okay? So we're going to run a double post combination here. Double post combination. If I'm running a double post combination, my read is off of this safety right here. And what I'm trying to think is post over the top. So that's my thought process. I want to get the post over the top. I want to try to grab the safety with the inside post and get the one over the top. Okay, so as we come back here, and there's no question the inside post pops open. And so I get that. You know, I understand why this throw. But look at this safety starting to drive here. If I'm able to be patient with this and see him drive, man, there's a chance for the touchdown throw up over the top. And the only way I say that is because that's how it normally is read, is I'm thinking the one over the top, there's a safety. Safety's turning right there. Now, it looks like Jordan is already into his throw right here. But again, all of this comes back to how are you reading this? What is the thought process on this particular play? For me, I'm always going to think high to low, but I'm really going to read this safety. And if this safety just stays high, then of course I'm going to drive this one on him. But I'm going to read that guy and see if I can get him to move. If Jordan just takes a little more time to set here, he might have a shot to the post over the top. The other thing that I would say is it's about route design or details. I think this is golden here, but he goes over the top. Okay, so now both posts are being run here, which makes this a harder read off of this guy. When he goes over the top, it prolongs his ability to get inside the safety. See how long it takes him? Oh, sorry. It's the outside guy, so they switch release this. But outside guy, whoever it is, goes over the top here, and it prolongs the time that it takes him to cross the safety right there. He finally gets across the safety, but Jordan is already throwing the football. We need him to get across the safety as fast as possible. So what do you say, Kurt? We're going to go here, get inside this guy. Get inside that defender and get inside the safety as quick as possible to force this read for the quarterback so it can happen fast and I can see that and possibly get the post over the top. The more delayed it is, the more we allow them to hold us outside, the harder it is for Jordan Love to be able to get this read on time and make a play. So we get a nice chunk play here, but I looked at this and go, oh my gosh, what an opportunity for the deep one, which is what I would be thinking in this particular case as long as I had time. Get my drop, but the route technique, how it played out, the timing, and again, I'm not mad at this. It's a good play. We get a nice chunk throw, sets us up, but man, had an opportunity for maybe the one to finish the game. Okay, we all talked about this or seen this, and I think Christian Watson even said, I slowed up because I didn't know if he could make this throw. Okay, can't do it, right? You can't assume. You can't decide what the quarterback's going to do. Your job is your job. Your route is your route. Run it. Run it and be ready for the football. He slows up right there, and is that slow up the difference between him catching this and scoring and them going home? Is it? Very easily could be. I mean, a lot of people think that he had a chance to catch this anyways, goes up and squeezes that. But, man, that little hesitation, sure as heck to me, because the ball's already gone, right? He has no idea how Watson is coming out of this play. Got to trust it. You got to trust your guys. You got to make a tough throw in a tough situation. Perfect throw right here. Man, you can't do it. You can't do it. You slow down, you hurt your team, and you miss an opportunity to advance. And then I'll show you the last play right here because, again, this was just kind of how things went. Here's what they're doing. They're actually going to try to throw a quick out right here. I think they have 7 seconds to go in this game. They're going to try to throw a quick out right here because everybody's off. Let's get 5, 6, 8 yards, get out of bounds, and have one more shot at it, but be closer. So we don't have to throw the ball as far, but get closer. What happens? We drop the snap. We drop the snap as we're coming back and going to throw this quick one over here. We drop the snap. Okay? And so now we're stuck. Now it's taken too much time. Now I can't throw the one to the boundary, and I've got to try to create when I really wasn't going to create. Got receivers stopping because of the fumble, all kinds of stuff, and now it just becomes a free-for-all. There's no timing. There's no nothing. A free-for-all and have to make a play. So even on the final play of the game, when you're simply trying to throw it to the out of bounds, get a quick completion, and set yourself up for maybe a better play or a closer play. They even fumbled that snap, which cost them a real opportunity to do anything on time, and now it just becomes this free-for-all that we know is knocked down. But that's what I was talking about, people, is not taking anything away from the Chicago Bears. Okay, they played a great second half. Caleb Williams was unbelievable in the fourth quarter. Big play after big play. Defense made a number of plays, but that's what I was talking about. If I'm the Packers and a player on the Packers, I am kicking myself watching this tape going, oh my gosh, could we have made any more mistakes in this game? And maybe one or two of those plays or not making those mistakes is the difference Man, I would be sick going into the offseason watching this tape.